So apparently, and it who could have saw this coming? Sledgehammer Games is hiring developers with Nintendo Switch experience for Call of Duty. First thing, one, they're like legally obligated to do this. Part of the Activision buyout was that I think it was part of for regulation reasons they had to come to Nintendo. Okay, I to a degree I understood that, but Nintendo Switch ain't it. You know, it was not going to handle any Call of Duty game. I thought maybe they'll do like a remaster of an old Call of Duty game and they'll like consider that. Maybe that'll be the loophole, but this also makes sense that coming to Switch 2 where they have to work on it. Obviously, it wouldn't be for a few years because they need all the help they can get. Like, I love my Switch 2. I love it. I think it looks great. It runs great. But to have this in line with a Series X or PS5, something's got to give if this actually is happening for Sledgehammer's next Call of Duty game. Which, if it's Sledgehammer's, then apparently their next game is going to be in 2027. So there's just enough time, you know, because then, well, if they're saying they're hiring significantly more developers for this, it probably already started on the Switch 2. It had to, right? And if it hasn't, then I guess they're going to play catch up. Either way, like, who's going to buy Call of Duty on the Switch 2? First of all, it's going to be a game key card, right? There's no universe where, I had to burp for a second, where it's going to fit on a game card. And also, it's Activision. They're not going to want to spend the money. So that's out the door. However, what I would like to see is, instead of all Call of Duty, what if they just had either A, just the multiplayer, or B, just the zombies? Why not? Right? You know, you can't have all that you want on the Switch too. Okay. Like, I'd like to think, well, I was going to say maybe just the zombies, right? If you had just the zombies, then is it really that much to work off of? Because it's max 4 players, and then it's just AI enemies, and, you know, that's it, right? Like, and there's the Easter egg, but it's really just spawning in the upwards of 4 different kinds of zombie monsters per map. I think the Switch 2 could handle that. I don't think it'll be like in 2K or 4K. I think they will barely hit 1080p and call it a day. But I mean, I could work with that. I mean, I'm never gonna buy Call of Duty ever again. Fuck them. Like, I'm never ever giving them my money. They screwed me. Okay, I had the Godzilla skins and what was it, Warzone 1 or whatever, the World War 1 or 2, whatever version of it. And then like 6 months later, all went away. Like, oh, the skins aren't gonna transfer over. It was cool Godzilla stuff. It was a cool Godzilla mode. But anyway, I you know, it would be nice, I guess, for people to be, no one super serious in Call of Duty is going to buy it on Switch 2, but people who, you know, maybe just someone who has only a Switch 2, like, yeah, sure, I'd like to play it. And that, you know what? And that's enough, right? And you get the luxury of being able to play it on the go, I guess. Although I'd imagine, because Call of Duty, they're going to get it to 30 frames. But I would have to look into it. I don't think it's going to be the case, but I really wonder if it's just like you have to release on Switch 2 or Nintendo console, but what it doesn't say is it has to be like of the same caliber. Like, can it be a less optimized? Like, instead of 60, it's 30 frames per second locked. It has to be locked, right? I don't know, but this is the best we're going to get. And it had to come at some point just based on the regulations and everything. I don't know. If it was just zombies, honestly, I know I was just ranting about never giving my money again. If it was just zombies at like, it's $20, kind of pushing it, but $20, which we all know for them it'd be 40. At the bare minimum, it'd be 40. But I would love to be, if it was $20, I'd consider it. Just the zombies, I think the zombies are pretty fun, whether you do the Easter egg or not. I think it's just a fun challenge, and you just kind of dick around, just enjoy the zombie shredding game. But since that's not going to be the case, and it's coming to Switch 2 at some point, they gotta, I guess, you know, they gotta cut something, right? I just don't see the whole package. But I guess on the other hand, Activision or Call of Duty, whatever, they have been good, quote unquote, on having it on previous gens. So they've, you know, done this before. Is this on the PS4 and Xbox One? Black Ops 7 PS4. Oh, it is on PS4. Okay, so okay. You know what? Oh, then you know what? Maybe they don't have to. I mean, they love, you know. Okay, you know what? Then I guess it's totally possible that they could get this done on the Switch too. If it can handle this on the PS4 and Xbox One, then I'm not seeing as big of an issue. And in fact, I would almost argue if you have a Switch 2 and a PS4, get on the Switch 2 because you can play it on the go. But you also then you can't use a PlayStation controller, whatever, right? Well, but either way, at some point it's going to come to Switch 2, and I guess that's a win. I guess. I hope for people, maybe they only have a Nintendo console, they'll be happy with just a Switch 2 version. I don't know, but let me know what you guys think about down below. Yada shilling. I stream on Twitch and TikTok, so come hang out with me. I'd love to see you guys there. We just joke around and just talk about the dumbest shit. And I'll see you guys next time.